Okay, Mongoose's Storytime Part 3, and I'm probably still gonna be like way too lazy to caption this. I probably will never caption it, even though I want to, and I'm just too friggin' lazy. So you have to keep up with like my rapidly changing voice speed and shit, and my stupid voice and all that crap. Anyways, I'm gonna do this one about injuries and crap, because I have like this absolutely wonderful nervous system who decides to basically go, fuck you, give me a bid me go, I can't, fuck, give me a bid me go, you know what I mean. Anyway, so my nervous system is shit. I don't know why. I don't like a lot of people have asked like, oh my god, do you have like CIPA, like what Tiki Toby has, and it's like no, I don't. I know I don't. Like I know for sure I do not have CIPA. As far as my doctor can tell, my nervous system is just really shitty. Like we can't figure out why. It's like sometimes I'll feel pain, sometimes I won't. It depends on what it is, where it is, and how I'm feeling or anything. So I'm just gonna highlight some of like the really stupid injuries I've gotten. Just for the record, this is like literally like maybe like 2-3% of injuries I've sustained. These are just the stupider ones. I've had some really dumb ones as well that I'm not really gonna include, and then some other ones that like weren't stupid but whatever. So I'm gonna start off with my right index finger, my right hand. Okay, the index finger. This finger has been caught in a lot of doors. It just adores them. I'm sorry. Anyway, so it's been caught in a revolving door. It's been caught in an elevator door. It's been caught in a closet door. It's been caught in a car door. It's been caught in 3 or 4 regular closey doors in a school. It's been caught in a fire door, a garage door, one of the metal gym doors to the outside. Those are the only ones I can think of right now, but I know there was more. Another one for my hands is that I play 5-finger fillet, especially when I'm out camping, or when I was out camping. I don't really camp as much anymore. Anyway, so especially back in scouting when I did scouts, I'd have my hand flat, fingers spread as wide as far apart as I could, right? And I'd play 5-finger fillet, like taking the knife blade and going in between my fingers as fast as I could. And I didn't realize how sharp my knife actually was, and I actually stabbed my hand multiple times, especially in that little fleshy bit between your thumb and your index finger, and then those bits between your fingers as well as between the bones occasionally. That was like only 1 or 2 hits. So I did that multiple times, and I was bleeding not a lot, but enough that it was noticeable, but I still didn't notice, because I'm a dumbass. My friends were like, oh my god, yo, you're bleeding, you should go get that seen to, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. So I would get up, I'd go and clean my knife, and then I'd go and get bandages or whatever to go and clean my hand up. So I'm not even concerned about this, but when I stand up, I was mentioned now, I'm sitting at a picnic table, like almost like solid heavy wood ones they have at campgrounds. Sitting on one of those, stood up, slammed the top of my knee into the edge of the picnic table, and I just fall over onto the ground, like clutching my knee and going, oh, like friggin' pulling a Peter Griffin with this, and I'm just in so much pain, and yeah, I'm getting blood all over my jeans and that, and it's just like, yay, shit's great. Another one for stabbing myself accidentally and not noticing it was this one year at our cottage, my mom was getting some, like, I don't know if it was like the deck or what redone, and I decided that I was gonna go to the house or something after flying a kite, and I don't know why I decided this. Anyways, there were like lumber boards all over the place in the yard, okay? And there was this really old, like a 3-inch decking nail sticking out of it. And it was rusty and shit. And I'm going to the house, kind of like a bit of a speed walk, my usual gait that's considered speed walking because I have such long legs. Anyway, so I put this nail clean through my foot, in my shoe and everything, and I didn't notice it because I never felt it. And I continue walking, and I'm like, why the fuck am I walking funny? And I look down, and I'm dragging like this long 2x4 wooden board, but with my foot. And I'm just, okay. So I slide the nail out of my foot, I take my shoe and sock off. There's a good hole right through my shoe now, and it's ruined a good pair of my shoes. I like these shoes. Ruined my sock too. But then again, those usually die after like a month. Anyway, so go to the house. I'm standing in the kitchen, and the kitchen has white floors of all the colors you could put for a floor in a kitchen. My mother chose to put white. Also, this floor has issues with water. It gets wet, it gets destroyed, the end. Worst flooring choice in the kitchen. So I'm standing there, I'm clutching my foot, I'm hopping up and down on one foot trying to keep my balance, because my balance is really shitty. So I'm jumping up and down, I'm screaming for my mom, and she's just like, what is it? I'm like, I'm trying to eat blood off the floor. Then she gets mad at me for that one, so then yeah, I impaled my foot. There was also the incident where I went quail hunting with a friend in New Brunswick, and I didn't know you're supposed to wear socks when you do this, because it turns out oysters are nasty little buggers, and they cut your feet up. I had about 50 cuts a foot, give or take about 5 or 6 on the foot, okay? So, like, yeah, I had like 100 little thin cuts. Like, you think paper cuts are bad? No, try oyster shell cuts. Those are worse. And they're on your feet. And they hurt like a bitch. There's that. Other injuries. I've caught on fire a few times, and there was one where I'm sitting, and you know how campgrounds, when you're traveling, and you just go like KOA or whatever, and they have like the tire rims, they use that for the fire pit, and it's like buried half in the ground. So I'm at some campground, and I don't know where, I think it's in like Quebec or something. I've got my feet propped up on the rim of the campfire pit thing, and I'm sitting there, I think I'm reading a book, or I'm just enjoying sitting there and sitting in the smoke like I usually do, because I'm a dumbass. And my dad is sitting across from me, and he kind of looks over, and he's just like, your feet are on fire. And I'm like, huh? And I just bring one of my, I think it was my left foot up, so I could see it, looked at my shoe, yeah, my shoe's on fire, it's burning through the sole to my foot, and now I could kind of feel it on my foot, like my foot was starting to burn, and I was just kind of like, whatever, and stomped my feet out in the sand to put the fire out, and then I just put my feet right back in the same spot as before, because I'm ridiculously intelligent like that. Another one for catching on fire was I had paint or something on my hands, and I went to clean it off. I used isopropyl alcohol. Probably not the wisest of ideas, so I was using a lighter for some stupid purpose afterwards. And it's this old friggin' Bic lighter that sparks a lot, and I'm using it. It wouldn't light, so I kept lighting it, and it was sparking a lot. And then one of the sparks caught my hand. This is like directly after cleaning my hands with the alcohol. And it just, my entire hand just ignited. It was like out of a movie or something. It was there's a little fireball in my hand. I'm just there like, shit. So I'm just like, stop, drop, and roll shit. I just like wrap it in my, I think it was like my hoodie, or I doused it in my bathroom sink or something. So, I don't know what I did, but I put it out, and I'm just like, looking at my hand, and I'm like, yeah, it feels fine to me. There was that. I have a lot of other burns, like pizza and pop-up toasters, which is a long story. And like, the last injury I think I want to touch on is my head injuries, which I've sustained a lot of. There was one where I hit my head on my ceiling fan, and I basically unscrewed one light bulb and smashed another without even touching them, because I hit the blades themselves. That's how hard I hit my ceiling fan. Long story short, I was trying to fix my ceiling, and I forgot my ceiling fan existed. There was another one where I was sitting on this is like, oh my god, so many years ago, at a friend's place in Vermont. And you know those monkey swings are like a round piece of wood with a rope through the middle, and you swing on it? They had those tied to this big old maple tree out back, and this maple tree had grown over this like rock wall, like those big rock boulders. And this is like Canadian Thanksgiving time, so it's like early October-ish in the mountains in Vermont. So it's pretty cold out, and I decided to go out early one morning, and it was like kinda a bit ice where there's water in that. And I decided to go on this one swing, and this is the one that had a metal cover over the wood so it would last longer. So I sat on that, and I don't know why, but I thought it'd be a great idea to take my hands off the rope. I really don't know why I did this, and it was going out, and I fell off, and I hit the back of my head on the granite boulder. Then I sat up, dazed, like, oh shit, what even? Like, I'm not sure what just happened, kind of thing. Then the swing had gone out, swung back in, struck me right in the forehead, caused me to fall back down and hit the back of my head again. So it was like 3 head injuries, concussions, whatever you want to call them, in like less than like 30 seconds. Like, that is my record. That is my legacy. Then the final head injury I'm going to talk about is gym class in elementary school and middle school and all that jazz. I am that one kid who gets hit in the head every single class. It doesn't matter what we're using. You name it, I've been hit by it. Basketballs, volleyballs, baseballs, Pepsi balls, tennis balls, footballs, hockey pucks, field hockey stick. What else was there? There was a badminton racket, a badminton birdie. I got hit in the head by a basketball net because I thought they were lowering it, and then it just hit me in the head. The pole for a volleyball net. And then there's like basically everything else. Like, I even got hit in the head by a scooter board, which I'm still not sure how that happened, because I don't know how scooter boards just suddenly go flying up. Then again, in elementary school, my teacher thought it was a great idea to play scooter board floor hockey, which just induced a lot of injuries. Then there was also the Run Run Rudolph roller coaster we did, where we would sit on scooter boards, and then you'd hold onto a skipping rope, and then someone else would hold the other end of the skipping rope and run around the gym. And if you're not sitting on that board properly, you go flying off the board and crash into the concrete wall the second they whip you around a corner. And trust me, that really, really hurts. So long story short, these are just some of the injuries of that I've sustained over my years of life. And these are like mildish, because I have a whole long list. Like, if I actually had to tell you every single injury I have sustained in my life, that's gonna be longer than like War and Peace or something, okay? But the last thing I will leave you off with today is, oh my god, this is my, first off, this is my longest Mongoose story time. This is over 10 minutes now. Anyway, so the longest one, no, the most, today alone, I have sustained a few injuries. I have hit my head on a chandelier. I fell yeah, you heard me, up the stairs twice. I injured my knee and my shin by slamming into a desk and then a metal chair leg. I injured my hips by slamming them by walking, well, not slamming, but like walking into the corner of the counter, and that was really painful. I also stubbed my toe 3 or 4 times, and what was the last thing I did? Oh yeah, I fell and I landed headfirst into a locker. So yeah, no, fun times, and I'm a klutz, and I am a total klutz. Seriously, I am the clumsiest. I'm like a penguin. Penguins are more graceful than me, actually. So no, yeah, enjoy my complete stupidity, my pain, and my stupidity again, because I don't really know what else to say. So yeah, no, bye, enjoy my shit, people.